Alright, so behind the scenes, behind the scenes. Look at that. Look at that. Oh God. Yeah, anyway. I am the only, you know, what you call it? Somewhere in the realm of black as a man. Right? I'm the only man that's racially considered to be black and Jamaican born and all of that. I'm the only man of that capacity that's not really worried about his hairline. I mean, I'm worried about having patches in my goddamn head, but you know, that's a story for another day, right? No, what am I have to do? I'll tell you. This is behind the scenes, but a little bit of, again, sorry. I was trying to cut it in half perfectly, but you know, whatever. At least the video itself, but not the board. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, I got distracted. What was I saying? Right, yeah. I'm reflecting. That's what I'm doing. I'm reflecting. I don't want to take too long in this video, right? I'm reflecting. So, one of the things that I have done, I've done one thing really right and one thing really wrong. I might even write it. See, what I've been doing a lot of this. Right? Bravo, I've done a lot of that. However, I've not done a lot of that. Now, here's what this tells me. So I've done more of this, not so much of this. Which means I've been filming. Hold on there. So I've been filming. And I know the movie can't release. You understand? I know the movie can't release. So that is something I am, you know, something I'm trying to address. At least I've found a solution to it. So I not even go act like no. I am a thinker and an actor. I like to think and act. That's important. You can't just do one. You have to think, you have to act, you have to think, you have to act, you have to think, you have to act. Too much thinking leads to no action. You understand? So that's the lesson that I'm delivering to myself. Okay. This configuration makes sense. I don't know why I've never done this before. Silly me. What them say? About hindsight? Them say hindsight is... Hold on. Give me a second. Something like that. Oh! Let me do that. Let me have some fun. Let me get rid of this little bit. Hold on there. Wow. Yeah, I need... You see? Let me tell you something. When you're not out here for a while, you know, it's a problem. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make this video one day, right? And what I'm going to say is, hey, sometimes you might not love it. Sometimes you might not even like it. But guess what? No matter what happens, you still have to wife it. And what does wife it stand for? Wife it stands for... Yeah? I think he can figure out the rest. He's supposed to can know what wife it mean, you know? Yeah, so sometimes you have to reflect, you know. And I mean, I go be honest, sometimes I'm gonna tell you say if you have to have some layer of self-preservation one, but also you have to have balance overall. And it's not easy to do. Let's not act like everybody is perfectly calibrated. Not easy to do that. Because sometimes you have to know when to take offense and when to just be like, I don't care. Yeah, you have to know when. You have to know when to just not business. Because they say if you have an emotional reaction to everything that is said to you, yeah man, you're gonna have mental illness right throughout the rest of your life. You're gonna mad out. You know? Be content with not being understood. Be okay with people telling you, say, boy, what you are doing don't make no sense. And be okay with it. No, I wouldn't do that. Well, be okay with that. Be okay with it. And then you have some people that they want to, you know, they like to act like, look at me, I'm in charge and I'm in command. And it's like, okay, what are you in command of? I mean, let's just be for real. Sometimes people not in charge of nothing. The most them ever do is maybe just maybe run them household. That's the only thing them ever in charge of. Them household. Them barely in charge of them finances. To be honest with you. Enough for them. And one of the things that I've done a very good job of this. I have avoided living a life of pretense. I mean, there was a time when I used to be a professional and perpetual victim. I used to have a victim mentality. I used to have it. And how did I get rid of it? I found agency within the very thing that I never want to do. I never want to do a 9 to 5, and then when I start do it, I say, okay, well, there is a job that I don't hate doing. And I can do it without it being any skin off of my nose. And I wish I had been a teacher 5 years before I decided to do it. If I had done it at the age of 26, I would have governed right now. Would have done the 10 years worth of it already. But I wasn't going to do 10 years of it from no. And why? Because possibilities. You can't have the means and the resources and the capacity and not do it. I can't sit down and sorry. I was worried. I was very worried. I was looking at my dog a while ago. So she did something and I'm like, yeah. You ever seen him do something where make you feel like I did them I did, and you have to examine him. Yeah, sorry. I got distracted. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, I mean, you have to learn how to say, "Cho, me I gonna make a personal decision." Because when you do things for others, yeah, fine. You have to start now, do for yourself. You have to start do for yourself. You have to start. Alright, so people can feel how they want to feel, but at the end of the day, you have to say, remember, say, I do a lot to make you comfortable. It's time to make me comfortable now. And my turn now. And people are gonna try make you feel bad for the very notion of you doing something for you. Them forget what you do for them. I did this to make you happy and you comfortable. So for example, I was doing something else. You never like me, I do that. So me decide to do something that's a little bit closer to what you would have liked. So me do that for about 6 and a couple years. When now me decide to me I gotta take with myself from that. You want Bex again? Why? No, I did that for you for 6 years. It's time for me to work for me for 6 years. No, that's not to say that if opportunities present itself that's superior in most areas, right? In other words, better compensation, better living conditions, better medical, of course you're gonna take on that, because you can always use that opportunity to create other opportunities. Why not? You know, I'm not against, let me say this very carefully, I'm not against a 9 to 5, but I am fundamentally against the wasting of my time. And if a 9 to 5 feel like a waste of my time, I go bounce. The minute it start feel like a waste of my time. You understand? Yeah. That's all. It's you know, and then also we have to be okay with people saying, look, I do my time. I do my time. I feel like 5 years, not bad. Now I'm gonna stay here for 10. That's crazy. I have a family to live for. I have a family, you know. Yeah. And that's what you have to realize. You have to realize that, because a bridge of mine actually I spoke to him yesterday. And you know what he said to me? He looked at me and say he saw a post on Instagram where him see the obituary, and right under the obituary was a post saying, hey, apply for this job right away. Da, 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 da. It was an occupation that this person just left due to the person's passing, and right under the obituary is an application for the vacancy that the dead person just left. Yeah. I remember another friend of mine when I was talking to him, and him say some people, they make their career or their job their identity. Serious something. And the reason why that's serious is because what are you outside of that? For example, even what's his name, Mr. Sexton, I think it's James Sexton, the lawyer, the very popular divorce lawyer, and him say he hates it when, you know, people approach him and they're like, oh, my children are my greatest accomplishment, and he's like, you serious? You know, like that, you know, and nothing is wrong with feeling that kind of fulfillment, but he's saying that sounds like madness to me. You know, that could not be your greatest accomplishment. You know, and I don't quite remember what the consequent sentiment was that he did express after that. I remember what he did say, but it's like he was saying, really? Because he say, if you want to ensure the demise of your marital relationship, make your children the focus of the relationship, because once that happens, you don't see your partner anymore. They're not a priority. You don't care about them, which is bad because that's the person that gave you those children. So maybe you should care for the king, not for the princes and princesses, but the king. You understand? Yeah. Anyhow, that's all for now, man. So, a little note to self, a little behind the scenes. A little behind the scenes. Why not? Why not? Why not?